chilling right now in the new studio, very blank space as it continues to take shape, but we have the biggest blank canvas on the wall. So I thought it would be perfect to test out this guy. This is the brand new XGIMI MoGo 4 projector. I'm gonna blast it onto this wall in other parts of the house because it's one of my first reviews in the new space. So this is obviously the successor to the MoGo 3. They have two different options for the 4, the traditional like LED version as well as the laser option. And what's new this time, this stand, which is pretty cool. This is also a built-in power bank. So it can provide power to the projector itself. Obviously you need a small little cable, but then that means you can technically take this around. You can use it here in the studio. I've actually got some footage of this in the bedroom as well as downstairs, like in my simulator. So this can get an image up to 200 inches, which is obviously still nowhere close to the size of this massive wall. But I would say the sweet spot for it is around that 120 inch mark. So you can kind of see the visual difference between them. They actually look quite similar. The biggest differences between say the LED and the laser is how bright they get. So the regular version gets up to 450 ISO lumens, whereas the laser gets brighter at up to 550 ISO lumens. It also has better contrast ratios at 1000:1. And the only actual way that you can tell the difference between them is if you look really close, attaching to the stand here, they have this connector piece. It does say laser on the side as well as right near the lens. So you really have to kind of pixel peep to tell the difference. The build on them looks super sleek. They almost look like they're an Apple product of projectors. It's obviously not made out of aluminum, but they have that very Apple-like look. It is a brushed plastic, but they do feel nice and solid. No weird like creaking or wiggles. And what I actually really like is the design. When it's not in use, this actually slides down and this is actually where the lens is. So that's kind of cool. So when you want to say put it into storage, that kind of clicks back into place. And now that the lens is protected, it won't get scratched. Say this is like in your backpack, you're carrying it between rooms. The last thing that you want to do is scratch up the lens. So it's actually one of the most unique designs and it actually swivels pretty nicely. And once you pair it with a stand, this stand also is 360 degrees. So this spins fully as now my microphone is going away from you. So that's gonna sound weird for a second. And as we come back, you can really pivot it to the orientation that you're looking for and direct it onto pretty much any wall or any surface that you want to play your media onto. And what I've come to realize that maybe my studio isn't the best place to test this because it is literally the brightest like room in the house. It has so much natural light. We even have like skylights in here, but you can kind of see the image playing behind me. What I do really like about this probably has the best auto keystone out of any projector. So we've just shifted it. You saw there, auto keystone in progress, and now it is completely straight. We'll even just do that in real time back. So right now it's crooked. It will detect that. You can see that auto keystone in progress and boom, we now have a straight image, which is pretty cool. So it makes setup really, really simple. You can literally just like pick this up, walk to a different area, wherever you're projecting this, it will have a fairly straight image. And now that I'm thinking about it, the best place to test this is probably downstairs. I'll show you guys like my golf sim. I actually haven't showed this at all on video yet, which would be a good spot for this. Let's go. Okay, Link, let's go. Let's go downstairs. Come on, let's go. So Link is actually gonna show us the way, and this will actually show you how this works as like a little power bank. So you can see right now, my video is just on the side of the wall right now. Auto keystone in progress, boom. It just nails it. And Link, we're gonna go downstairs. So I guess I'm leading the way now, down the stairs, projecting my video onto the floor. Coming back down to the main floor. Link, come on, let's go downstairs, buddy. Okay, come on. Oh, you're so excited. Let's go downstairs. Come on, show us the way. Yeah. Link is showing us the way downstairs too. It's way cooler and way darker. And as an example right now, I'm now projecting onto that far wall, which there's a 100-inch TV mounted. This is currently larger already, and you can already see how much brighter it's got. That keystone is gonna auto balance. And there we go, a full, that's probably close to like 170 inches right now on the wall. And it makes that TV that is mounted way tinier, way smaller. Link is gonna come with us to the coolest room, which I actually haven't shown you guys before. This is the future golf simulator. And this would be super dope. Mount this onto the floor, auto keystone in progress. And that is pretty much the entire wall now taken up by the projector. And I think that is the perfect spot. Say for example, like I'm standing like where you guys are, or even maybe where Link is, just swinging away at the golf stick. and that will just go right onto that wall. Super, super cool. So as this is like blasting into my eye right now, I won't look directly into it, but it is technically like unplugged, or I guess plugged into the power bank right now. You can run it off of this mode for around 5 hours. It actually has 20,000 milliamps built into the stick or the projector stand itself. So you can definitely watch like an entire movie. You can watch probably like my last year's worth of like YouTube videos if you want. It's totally usable to watch unplugged. And I honestly think this is like one of the first projectors that I've ever seen that has this like built-in like stick power bank combo. And I think that solves a lot of problems for most like portable projectors, because that's one of the biggest issues. Say you watch a movie on it, it tends to die before you can actually finish the entire movie. But let me know what you guys think of it being in the golf sim. And Link is back. Oh, Link, shall we go up to the bedroom for the last one? Let's go up to the bedroom. Let's go. Come on. Okay, so probably shouldn't actually have it on this door right now, but you can see the state of my bedroom. I'm actually starting to move in like the bed. All this stuff has to get set up. So we were almost there. But as an example, I guess like bed frame would be there. We would be watching to where you guys are, but we'll do it in reverse. So right now it's just, you know, playing some Netflix, probably something that you would watch like in the bedroom. What I do like, usually cheaper projectors don't have Netflix. They don't have app stores. This obviously is pretty much just running off of Android TV, which is nice. So you can pretty much download any app that you want. So whatever your poison is, whether it's Netflix, Disney, Apple TV, Prime. I'm trying to think of like my favorite show that I just recently watched. Andor, like the second season is so good. Probably like my favorite like Star Wars show like ever. I won't spoil any of it, but anyways, you can see that kind of projecting onto the screen. And even though that there is natural light here, we've got these big windows, it is still dark enough now where you can get a fully usable image. Obviously, like when my blinds get in, I'm waiting for my blinds both in my studio as well as the bedroom / the entire house. Once you can get like blackout blinds, this image will be totally fine to kind of use. One thing that I haven't mentioned are the speakers. So both of the models, they have two 6-watt Harman Kardon speakers. Obviously hard to show how they are right now, like on video, but they sound pretty decent for a small, like compact projector. And before I forget, the remote, which I had just like in my pocket, for usually cheaper projectors, the remotes tend to be, once again, like on the cheaper side. This is actually really nice. It's like backlit, it's really easy to use. And on the side of this projector, there's also this little mini remote, which is on that little lanyard. So you can actually just like keep this like by your bed. You can keep it like in your pocket. And once again, you can kind of use it to say like scrub through footage, whatever you happen to be watching, select different scenes. It's essentially just like an extra remote. Nice little feature to have. And like I said, it comes with the two different options. And before we leave the bedroom, one more little thing I forgot in the box. They have these cool little magnetic creative filters. I guess makes sense here in the bedroom. So if you kind of take a look at what these look like, these essentially kind of pop out and snap. They have a little magnet on them, snap to the projector. That should auto launch an app right now. Woo! To give you some really cool ambiance. So for example, this one kind of looks like the sun. So they say that you can use them to kind of like take photos, set the mood. Imagine this like at night. They also have like a lunar one, I think. And a cool thing, when you actually just swipe your hand across, that changes the ambiance of the actual orb. So we'll do it one more time. And you can see that goes to red. And to another time, that turns a bit more purple. A little drill bit on the microphone. As an example, I'm just gonna swap this one out. Music stops. You can hear the little sound. Oh, and there's the moon. So if you're into that, you can just have this projecting, say for example, right before you go to bed. Let me know what you think about this dope little MoGo 4 projector. It's been cool to test it out as one of the first like review things in the house. Great, because we actually have like blank walls that I can project onto. Remember, up to 200 inches. I'd still say that 120 inch mark is like the sweet spot. I think this is a really dope stand, like one of the coolest that I've seen. I feel like other companies should make something this simple. And just to close it like that, slide it back into place, and then it'll auto power off. And now I can just bring this back into the studio as an example to wrap up this video. Hope you kind of enjoyed a little sneak peek at where we're sitting. This was almost like a little house tour of where we're at. You got to turn around and show Link. He is just having a chill festival right now. Maybe that'll be his like favorite nook and cranny so he can like look outside in the studio. Link, you're just over it. Hope you guys enjoyed this vid, and I will catch you in one of my next vids where hopefully this is more complete. Desk is going there. That's for one of the next ones. Peace.